Hey everybody, it's Eddie J on Crypto for Grow My Bag TV. Hope you're having a good one. So there is a lot going on. I try to tell you guys all the time about paying attention to macro events and not just micro events, right? And there are a lot of things that are going on that will affect the cryptoverse based on, things like infrastructure, wide-ranging rulings, things like that. So we need to pay attention to those things because those are going to be the events that drive the future. So, in that regard, we've got a few. And don't get upset. I do pay attention to micro events, and I do bring that to your attention. However, it's not quite enough. Let's start with Gary Gensler getting grilled yesterday. Yes, I'm laughing because he got grilled. He got seriously pummeled during the hearings yesterday. And you now have lawmakers questioning whether or not he's trustworthy out loud. Now, I want you to think about that. Because if they're now saying this out loud, for how long had they been saying that behind the scenes? Right? And now you figure they had to get to a crescendo to actually get to a point where they're saying it out in public. Gary Gensler's got problems. He's got big problems, and I don't know if he can solve them. Oh, no, he can. He can quit. Anyway, the SEC, with the looming, government shutdown, it's not even looming. It's going to happen Friday, tomorrow. The government's going to shut down. Get used to it. And there's only one reason why. The Senate came up with a plan and the House won't even vote on it. Stop there. Full stop. That ought to tell you a lot about what's going on. And mind you, what the Senate came up with was a bipartisan agreement. The ineptitude that sits in those chairs astounds. Now, looking at how the SEC, Gary Gensler, kicked the can down the road preemptively, the decision on ARK Invest in 21 shares and others were not expected until later this month or next month, actually. What happens? He says, no, we're going to kick the can down the road at least until January. And I sat there and I was just like, wow, why did he do that? And I covered that yesterday. The reason why is because, well, the senators, the House Republicans and others, and just a whole bunch of lawmakers on both sides of the aisle have been saying out loud, don't know if we can trust this guy. He seems to be talking, out of both sides of his face. And don't forget, I told you this a long time ago. He tried to get a job with Binance. Before that, he was a teacher teaching about Bitcoin. So, all of a sudden he's angry. What idiot? What idiot? And yeah, I'm using the word idiot. And yes, I know who it is. Gave him the job. Shouldn't have this job. So whether or not he's trustworthy, yeah, I have issues over his trustworthiness as well. And that's going to be interesting to see how that plays out because I told you yesterday, he's got no more reasons to say no. He's going to kick the can down the road and leverage his whole 240 days. Dead serious. It's going to take a lot more to pressure this guy to actually finally say yes. And is it going to happen this year? Clearly not. Clearly not. Ethereum ETF, futures ETFs, yup. Telling companies to hurry up and get with their IPOs this year before the government shuts down, yup. Bitcoin spot ETFs? Nope. That's what I'm talking about. Just pay attention. Now, something else that we paid attention to while I was looking at the news today is Marathon Digital actually produced an invalid block on the blockchain. Now they say they use part of their hash rate to try out new things, new ideas, and things like that, and they, by mistake, created this invalid block. If you actually go, you can actually read my article. You can actually see who found it. I can't even pronounce the name because it's not really a name. It's a number. It's an anonymous developer. He found it, and then BitMex, he or she, sorry, they found it, because I don't know. They found it, and then BitMex confirmed that, yeah, that happened. That ought to tell you the security level of the infrastructure of the Bitcoin blockchain is ridiculous. I think that somebody wanted to find out, and they did. Either way, they've proven that Bitcoin is secure as all get out. Just straight up. So I was happy to actually hear about that. I was very happy to hear about that. Marathon Digital is no small company. They're a big company. They really do know what they're doing. They really do have checks and balances. And, they were trying something new and it failed. So, apparently there was a lot of finger wagging and, and they had to pony up that, yeah, it was us. We did that. Sorry about that. Oops. So cool. Not a problem with that. I actually appreciate that they did it. I appreciate that they released a statement. I appreciate the infrastructure of Bitcoin. I appreciate all of that. This is proof. Kraken is looking to get into, and I did a really bad joke earlier. I apologize for that. Kraken is cracking into Robinhood's business. And how are they doing that? Well, Kraken, as you know, is a popular centralized exchange that's already in crypto. They're going the opposite direction from Robinhood and going towards stocks. Robinhood did stocks and then came into crypto. I think that's going to play out and be quite interesting. Very, very interesting, because for a long time, I just don't like Robinhood. And I think, I just don't like how they went about doing certain things, right? And if you look at their business model, I'm not a fan of their business model either. So I really want to see how Kraken pulls this off. And that's what interests me. Chainlink. I told you, don't sleep on Chainlink. Chainlink is the world's largest crypto oracle. They've got a lot of stuff going on. They just did a whole bunch of transactions, linking traditional finance with crypto, with their partnership with Swift. Swift is not playing games. World's largest. They've got the world's largest banking network. I think it's over 11,000 banks around the world. And everybody's, even me, I was talking about, Swift is going to go out of business if they don't wake up. Well, they woke up and they did a whole bunch of stuff, and they're working with Chainlink to make it all happen. So yes, XRP, Stellar, a whole bunch of other companies, Hedera, Hashgraph, a whole bunch of other, projects are out there saying, hey, the change is here for the banking industry. And it's true. They're going to be competitors, but don't think that Swift is sleeping. They're clearly not. And Chainlink just expanded to their CCIP to base. And they already have projects doing it, working on it. That's huge. That's huger than huge. I think that's awesome. So when I look at the infrastructure of the blockchain, when I look at the infrastructure of the cryptoverse in general, I get hyped. Totally hyped. Think about what you can do, how fast you can do it. I had to move some assets around, get some money moved over, that kind of thing. You know how I did it? With Polygon. I did it with Matic. Took seconds to send it, confirm it, receive it. From one side to the other. Seconds. That was as fast as a credit card transaction. Because I'd sat there and I was like, well, I wonder how fast this is going to be. Boom. Oh, okay. It was fast and it was cheap. Fast and cheap. I was able to move assets like that. Just saying. Anyway, you know what we should do for those that are sticking around? We should go through the numbers real quick. So I keep telling you guys, don't sleep on BCH. Don't. It's up, what is it, 7 point something percent right now. That's why you see the deep green. Maker is up, deeply. But, we're still not exactly where we need to be. Yes, ETH is above 1600. Love that. It's at 1620. But, Bitcoin is up, to 26,419. It's still below my 26,475 number. Let me show you what that looks like. There you go. So it's still below my green band right here, depicted by the 26,475 and the 31,580. But we're really, 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 really close. I think that we're going to start to see gentle upticks. And it's just a matter, if you're paying attention, if you're really paying attention, you're paying attention to these little bloops right there. Little quick drop right here, little pop up right there. Look at this drop all the way back up to here. That was a chance to make money. That was a chance to make money. Right here was a chance to make money. Right here was a chance to make money. You lost money here, you lost money here, but look at that. That was a chance to make money. And you have these opportunities all over the place if you're paying attention. If you're a trader, you're looking at those numbers flip all the time. You're looking at news all the time, all that good stuff. So on one hand, I'm trading. On the other hand, I am hodling. And by the way, I have a third hand, and that's the one that's actually using it. Remember, I just told you that I just had to move some assets. I use it. I don't just play with it. I don't just dabble in it. I'm using it. Pretty soon, I mean, we've got several different platforms. We have BC in Sports, helping kids go from high school to college with their athleticism. We've got Gig Blast, helping people create better professional profiles. We've got Rebel Reach, which is our web hosting platform that accepts crypto. We have a whole bunch of stuff going on. And you know what we do across all of the platform, the whole thing, our whole ecosystem? Every single property that we have can accept crypto. Every single one. You can pay us with crypto. You can set up an e-commerce site with crypto. The reason why, it's all about adoption. So I'm not just here telling you about news and all that good stuff. I am actually living it. As a business decision, I'm actually living it. Anyway, this is Eddie J on Crypto for Grow My Bag TV. I really hope you like what I'm doing. And as always, if you like what I'm doing, drop me a note. And if you don't like what I'm doing, drop me a note. Tell me how I can get better. I would truly appreciate that. Hope you have a good one. Bye-bye.